And we're looking at two monumental shifts in the AI landscape that are frankly going to fundamentally alter how we produce content and build software. Based on official company announcements today, Google has just launched Gemini Omni, which is an entirely new architecture they're classifying as a world model. And right alongside that, Moonshot AI has confirmed that tomorrow they are releasing the open weights for their massive 2.8 trillion parameter model, Kimi K3, completely for free. I'm your host, and in this explainer, we're cutting through the noise and relying purely on official documentation to figure out exactly what happened, why it actually matters, and how it's going to impact the broader industry.
So let's establish the breaking facts on the ground as they stand right this second. Google's launch of the Gemini Omni World model is officially live. And over on the other side of the industry, Moonshot AI has actually been so overwhelmed by demand for Kimi K3 that they had to actively suspend new subscriptions. But they've confirmed that tomorrow, July 27th, that massive 2.8 trillion parameter model will drop as completely free open weights. These are the verified facts we're working with today.
We really need to strip away the marketing hype here. In this context, when they say world model, they mean an AI architecture that is built to truly understand physical reality. So rather than the AI just kind of guessing which pixel logically comes next based on its training data, it's actually designed to simulate how light behaves, how gravity pulls on a falling object, or how a camera naturally pans through a 3D space. It's a fundamental structural difference focused on rendering coherent physics. And this leads us to the core mechanical innovation of Gemini Omni. You're no longer restricted to just text to video. In a single generation pass, you can hand it a text prompt alongside a reference image, an audio track, and an existing video clip. It takes all of that at once. Gemini Omni accepts any combination of these inputs simultaneously and processes them together to generate physically plausible, coherent video. It's a huge architectural leap in how inputs are managed.
The biggest differentiator is the input flexibility. As we just saw, Gemini Omni's architecture takes any simultaneous combination of inputs to generate its video. Now, OpenAI's Sora and GPT-Image are obviously incredibly powerful, but right now they operate primarily on a linear track, so text to video or image to video. They just don't process simultaneous multimodal inputs in that exact same way yet. But, and this is important, OpenAI absolutely holds a distinct advantage in current API availability, which developers have been building on for months. So, Gemini Omni is a generative leap, but OpenAI currently holds the infrastructure access advantage. But let's look at Google's distribution strategy, because honestly, this might be their biggest moat. According to the official rollout schedule, the first variant, Gemini Omni Flash, is deploying immediately. It's integrating directly into the Gemini app, into Google Flow for Professionals, and crucially, into the YouTube Shorts creation tool. The API access is officially listed as coming soon. By dropping this directly into YouTube Shorts, Google is instantly placing multimodal video generation into the hands of over 2 billion monthly active users on literally day one. To put that massive distribution advantage into perspective, think about the practical application here. A teenager in Jakarta making content, or a small business owner in Lagos trying to put together a quick ad, now has zero barrier access to this tech. No wait lists, no production teams, no paying for a specialized API. They literally just open an app they already have on their phone. It's a structural market shift in sheer accessibility. $0. That's the absolute elimination of per token API costs. Starting tomorrow, organizations can run a frontier-level model entirely on their own proprietary infrastructure without paying a vendor every single time they process a piece of data. And just look at the verified specs for Kimi K3, cited directly from the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index. We are talking about a 2.8 trillion parameter mixture of experts model, packing a massive 1 million token context window. It officially topped the front-end code arena with an LO rating of 1679, and it actually beats Anthropic's Claude Fable, 5 on 6 out of 14 published industry benchmarks. And again, tomorrow, the weights for this level of intelligence are completely free to download. This proves that open source models aren't just catching up anymore. In very specific technical arenas, they are actively defining the frontier. Looking at the current market data, we can clearly see 4 distinct pricing tiers emerging, and all the pressure is flowing from the bottom up. Down at Tier 0, the free tier, you've got Kimi K3 at $0 if you self-host. Tier 1, the budget tier, has the newly released DeepSeek V4 at a confirmed 44 cents per million Opera tokens. Tier 2, the value tier, sits between $1 and $6 with models like Grok 4.5 and GPT-5.6 Luna. And finally, Tier 3, the frontier tier, ranges from $5 all the way to $50 per million tokens. That's your GPT-5.6 Ultra and Claude Fable 5.
The strategic reality here is undeniable. Tier 0 and Tier 1 are pushing immense upward pressure on those $30 to $50 frontier models. It is getting incredibly hard for closed APIs to justify charging a premium for everyday, routine tasks. Look at this unprecedented timeline. On July 21st, Meta shipped Muse Spark 1.1, and Google dropped 3 Gemini models. The very next day, OpenAI launched GPT-5.6 Ultra and their Presence agent. On the 23rd, Anthropic launched Claude Cowork, right alongside the White House dropping their AI action plan. The 24th gave us DeepSeek V4 at that crazy 44 cents a million tokens price point. On the 25th, Grok 4.5 drops and officially takes 4th place on the Intelligence Index. And then today, the 26th, Google launches Gemini Omni. That is 8 major verified launches in 7 days. It entirely confirms an extreme acceleration in the industry's product development cycle. We are literally watching a phase transition happen in real time.
Here are the precise recommendations based on the data we just covered. For creators, you need to immediately start experimenting with the zero-cost video generation rolling out in YouTube Shorts. The distribution is already built in for you. For developers, if you have the infrastructure, download the Kimi K3 weights tomorrow and start fine-tuning. Eliminating your API dependency is going to give you a massive operational advantage. For businesses, you absolutely must audit your AI spend this week. Industry data shows that 70 to 80% of organizational tasks can now be handled flawlessly by Tier 0 and Tier 1 models. Migrating routine tasks to a 44-cent model instead of a $30 model isn't just a minor optimization, it's a transformational saving. And for everyone else, the pace is accelerating fast, and you need to adapt your workflows immediately.
I want to leave you with a final, provocative thought to chew on. The traditional barriers have officially fallen. So how is your business or your creative workflow going to adapt to a landscape that is now defined by zero-cost intelligence and zero-barrier video production? The tools are literally right in your hands now. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Here at TrendGuards, we value clarity and verified facts above all the hype. Stay informed, keep reviewing the data, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.